Fiverr can be a tough marketplace to break into, especially with so much competition. But the truth is, there's a few strategies that can help you stand out and actually make money faster. So in this video, I'll share 3 practical tips for selling on Fiverr that I've learned from personal experience and after earning thousands of dollars on the site. So trust me, these are things that people can only tell you after they've been on the site. So whether you're just starting on Fiverr or struggling to get your first sale, these tips will help you create better gigs, attract clients, and set yourself up for long-term success. So stick around until the end, because I'm also sharing just a little positive story that I've encountered on this site. Let's head into the first one. So tip number 1, decide on a niche and create specific gigs surrounding that niche. So the biggest mistake new sellers make is creating one gig that's too general. For example, if you're a graphic designer, don't just create one gig that says, I will design whatever you need, I will design any of your graphics. No, you gotta focus on a specific item and create multiple listings for each service that you want to offer. So for example, if you are a graphic designer, you can say something like, I will design YouTube thumbnails, I will create a custom logo for your brand, I will design book covers for your ebook. You can even be more specific, because those are the specific searches that people will make on Fiverr. So instead of saying I will design YouTube thumbnails, you can say something like, I will design YouTube thumbnails in the style of Mr. Beast, I will create a custom logo for your tech startup, I will design book covers for your biographies, I will design book covers for your textbook, I will design book covers for your action novels. Like, you can even take it more specific. Of course, you can create a general design YouTube thumbnail listing, and then in the description also entail what you can design and all the kind of styles that you can make. But creating these specific gigs, especially for that broad category of graphic design, rather than just saying I will design whatever you need, will help stand out and will help find clients who are looking for exactly that, because you have to put yourself in the shoes of your customers. They will not just put in I need graphic design. They will put in I need a book cover, I need a website, I need a logo, and so on. So buyers are more likely to trust a seller who specializes in exactly what they need, rather than a jack of all trades. And again, it increases your chances of showing up in those Fiverr searches. And your account and your name will show up in multiple different Fiverr searches, because someone might see your YouTube thumbnail gig and do that, but they would have never clicked on it if they were looking for book covers. But now you do YouTube thumbnails and book covers, so now you have multiple chances of showing up in different customer searches. So think of each gig listing as its own mini business. So don't be afraid to create multiple gigs for different variations of the same skill, right? Another example would be if you're offering social media design services. You can create one gig for Instagram templates, another one for Pinterest, another one for TikTok, and so on. You can really laser down on some of these gigs and make them as specific as the customer might want them to be. Tip number 2, take time to perfect your listing. You want to make sure everything in your listing is perfect. Think of it as your storefront. You're walking by a store and you look at the window, you look at the mannequins and everything. If it looks good, you're gonna walk inside. So take your time to make it look professional and clear. Don't just rush it and publish it and think, they'll know what I'm talking about. Be as detailed as you can about what exactly you're offering, and don't forget to go through your pricing, your add-ons, your extras to avoid any misunderstandings. So let's break it down further. You can create a strong listing by having a clear title, so making sure your title is specific and easy to understand. Again, just like the first tip, you can make it as focused as you want, right? I will design a minimalist logo for your tech brand. Then focus on the description. For these kind of items, you can use ChatGPT, right? Be very specific about what's included in your gig to avoid any confusion. Make a list, type it out, and you can feed it into ChatGPT and ask it to create a professional description. I will add a prompt in the description below, a sort of cheat sheet for a one-pager that you can use for your ChatGPT adventures to help you create great descriptions, titles, and so on. So make sure to check out that free prompt cheat sheet that I'm listing in the description. But next, you want to focus on making sure that all your gigs and all your add-ons are included, right? So if the description said this gig includes 1 logo design concept and 2 revisions, then also say if you need additional revisions, you can add them for an additional $10 each after that. And then offer that in the pricing. So when you go in Fiverr and you say, the basic, the premium, the extra version, the add-ons, they will all show. So make sure that everything that you could offer is offered, because people will want to see it. You might not even think some people want to pay $10 for a fast delivery, but some people don't care. They'd rather have it the next day for another $10 than wait 2 or 3 days, right? So if people want the option of those kind of add-ons, give them to them. Give the option there. If people don't want them, they're not going to use it. But if people do want them and you don't have them, that's money you're missing out on, right? So just to summarize, being clear in your listing not only makes you look more professional, but it also prevents issues with unclear instructions. And offering those add-ons is a great way to increase your order value and your profits at the end of the day. Tip number 3, last but not least, be patient and focus on getting reviews. So let's be real, Fiverr is very saturated. Sites like Upwork, Fiverr, and so on, especially since 2020 after the pandemic, are more saturated than ever. People want to live at home, be freelancers, right? They're all trying to make money online. And the key to success on Fiverr is to be patient as well. So focus on getting those first customers, focus on making sure you do a great job for those first customers so you can start getting reviews, because once you have reviews, it comes a lot easier to get more orders. I was waiting and struggling for weeks and even months sometimes after I had a new account with listings that I would do, and after you get that first review, you get the second one quicker, you get the third one quicker, and so on and so on. And once people see that you have reviews, it gets so much easier to have the trust of a customer, right? People trust sellers with reviews. I mean, think about it yourself. Go on Fiverr right now. Are you going to trust someone that has no reviews, or are you going to trust someone that has 4.5 star reviews, right? You go to a restaurant on Google Maps. Are you going to go to the restaurant that has 10 reviews with 3 stars, or are you going to trust a restaurant that has 100 reviews and 4.8 average stars? Obviously, you're going to trust the one with more reviews because you know that it's good, people have used it, and so on. Just a normal social proof. Right? So even if your gig isn't the cheapest option, buyers will prefer yours if you have great ratings. Of course, it's easier said than done, right? It's kind of like you need customers to get ratings and you need ratings to get customers, but that's just the name of the game. Try really hard to do a great job when you do get that first customer. And a good example would also be you can even use your word of mouth to maybe get a friend or a family friend to get you those first 2 or 3 sales, and then ask them to leave a great review. That will help get the ball rolling, right? That's always a great way to just start off that business and your freelancing journey, because friends and family are obviously more likely to leave you a great review if you just kind of give them a discount or whatever it is, right? So getting those first reviews is key. So if you can put a focus on that, you'll get a lot easier time getting those next customers after that. So make sure you go above and beyond for your first clients to get those 5-star reviews. And in the beginning, you can also price your services lower to attract more clients. But again, it's a double-sided sword. You don't want to be too low, because then your services just look cheap, right? You want to make sure customers get what they pay for. And you also don't want to just have the cheapest price, because there's always going to be someone that's cheaper than you, but you want to stand out with attractive prices, good quality, good service, good turnaround time, and then making sure they have a good overall experience and they're happy with the end product, and they will leave you a good review. That's it. And once you have those reviews, once you have the first sales, you can always raise your prices, right? So that's not a concern, but make sure everything's top of the line, especially in the beginning, to get everything rolling. And not to leave this video on a too negative note, trust the process and have an optimistic view, right? You can't be too pessimistic. I know sometimes it will seem like a lot of work and a lot of time will take until you get your first clients and until you get the revenue that you want to replace that full-time job or whatever it is that you're trying to do. But things might also turn out better than you think, because a great example for me would be one of my first Fiverr gigs was a $50 job. I did the work, delivered it on time. I did the normal work, right? I didn't do anything super crazy above and beyond, but I also didn't do anything less than I was expected to do. I did my normal job. I was just friendly, communicated with the person throughout the process and so on, and the client ended up giving me a $30 tip on top of the payment. So this is over a 50% tip, right? I got a $50 job and they gave me a $30 tip on top of that. I don't know why they did that. I didn't even say that much. They just said happy with the product and gave me a $30 tip. I don't know how that happened, but sometimes it's just about being nice and professional, and you'd underestimate how important that is, right? Sometimes I think people underestimate how unusual it is for people to not experience a rude customer, not experience a rude service. Nowadays, just showing up on time, being nice, delivering what you promised, and being professional about it can seem like going above and beyond for people in today's world. So keep that positive attitude. Again, check out the description for the one-pager ChatGPT prompt. This will help you create titles, descriptions, and so on. It's free, it's super easy. You can check it out and use it to your advantage. ChatGPT has been a great help in these kind of endeavors because it just makes it so easy to create those professional titles, descriptions, and so on, right? So make sure to check it out. Other than that, make sure to check out my channel for more videos on how to make money online. Other than that, it has been John Valentine. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.